Good day, everyone, and I am welcoming you to our subject, Purposive Communication. And of course, I am congratulating you for reaching this far of your academic endeavor. And before anything else, shall we have a brief recap of our PVMO? Because this will be our basis on how we would conduct ourselves as for you as college students of our dear institution, Northeast Luzon Adventist College. For our philosophy, to restore in man the lost image of his maker through harmonious development of the mental, physical, social, and spiritual faculties. For our aim and mission, Northeast Luzon Adventist College is a Christ-centered training institution that provides a well-balanced Christian education to ensure its graduates to succeed in life. The school aims to pursue higher education programs anchored on desirable core values and unwavering faith in God. We have also our vision, passion for quality and excellence, recognized professional leadership in the education industry. And of course, for this semester, we'll be using this book, Purposive Communication in the Now. Okay? And I'll be reading the course description. It says here that Purposive Communication is a 3-unit course that develops students' communicative competence and enhances their cultural and intercultural awareness through multimodal tasks and opportunities for communicating effectively and appropriately to a multicultural audience in the local and global context. It equips students with the tools for critical evaluation of a variety of texts and focuses on the power of language and the impact of images to emphasize the importance of conveying message responsively. The knowledge, skills, and insights that students gain from this course may be used in other academic endeavors, their chosen disciplines, their future careers as they produce relevant oral, written, audiovisual, and/or web-based output for various purposes. So, as the description underscores, the course is a result of combining intellectual competencies with focus on critical thinking skills, reinforced by the power of language, personal and civic responsibilities with attention given to multicultural audiences in the local and global context, and practical skills with concentration on communicative competence. Actually, every chapter in this book thoroughly discusses the content of the course and is faithful to the purposive communication syllabus designed by the communication experts of the Commission on Higher Education. Okay, so one last thing, it says here, the writing style of this book's author is that of a PC instructor speaking to his students. Okay, so I'll just be giving you a background of this. Okay, for chapter 1, communication in the now, where you are, PC students. Okay, so our objective here is to describe the nature, elements, and functions of verbal and nonverbal communication in various and multicultural contexts. Okay, so as a senior high school graduate, you have undergone many lessons in the field of communication. I do believe that. And have participated in activities to hone your communication skills in both oral and written forms. So your written outputs back in senior high school and even in junior high school range from composing literary outputs, which is probably your most treasured moments of your life, to expression of your innermost feelings, to delivering speeches, and etc. However, as you embark on collegiate education in this generation you are a part of, it is incumbent upon you to look at the nature, elements, and functions of communication on a much deeper level. Firstly, we take off from how communication is usually discussed. Okay, if we try to see the flow or the cycle of communication, so we first have the sender. So the sender transferred the message in a format intelligible to his intended audience, which necessitates him to figure out beforehand the type of his audience. For the same message to be conveyed effectively, the methods of sending it is as important as the message itself. Okay, the way how you deal, or the way how you say the message to your audience or to your hearers. So we have also methods or channels of communication we refer to face-to-face conversations. So since it's locked down, so we cannot really have this face-to-face conversation. We have also telephone call via a mobile phone or landline, just modern as private chat message. This is the thing that we're using right now. So online applications like FaceTime, Snapchat, Viber, KakaoTalk, WeChat, among any others. And the second one, of course, after sending the message, or before sending the message, we have what we call the decoding. Okay, this is engaged by a person with whom you are communicating. This is a stage where your intended audience try to understand your message with whatever means he has. A decoding mechanism of some sort for him to reply to you accordingly. Okay, so decoding is the acceptance of the message, the way the hearer or receiver of the message encode it, or how he understood what you have said. So for us as millennials, so the decoding stage is where internet slang such as LOL, laugh out loud, BRB, be right back, TTYL, and today come in handy. Okay, so we have that acronym or the letters. Okay, so but no matter what channel is used by the sender or receiver, feedback is what completes the communication process. So the sender, the encoding, the medium to transfer, decoding, and then of course the feedback. So that's the most important thing. Okay, so all these and other pertinent discussions on communication process in all your academic years have shaped your concept of communication. So the way we communicate now is how we were developed during our previous years of learning. In this stage, you are of age to discover more of how you can use what you have learned over the years and elevate it to the context of high-level employment. Okay, so of course, I believe that it's not only me who assumes and who wants to be one of the performing communicators later on in our respective fields, but this is how we take hold of the process. So Merriam-Webster dictionary defines high level as of great importance or high ranked. As the definition connotes, much is expected of an individual who aspires to be in the league of being of high importance and ranked. If you set your eyes on achieving this the moment you are employed, be prepared to consider several things as you take on the challenge of conveying to your co-workers that you have the makings of a high-level employee. Okay, you say more than you think. As cliche as it may be, words don't mean, people mean. What does it mean by that? So your intonation, your facial expression, and your overall body language just have the power to give meaning to your message, expressed in words in more ways than one. While it is so much easier to smile, we sometimes take the high road of crossing our arms thoughtlessly and appear condescending even if we don't mean to do so. it wouldn't hurt to always remember that it's not really what we say, but how we say it. Okay? Forbes.com even clarifies that apart from cross arms, there are 9 other worse body language mistake that professionals or those wanting to appear like one commit and this slips up are: one is excessive nodding. So this undermines how focused we are by nodding like a bubble. Actually, nodding too much can make us look like a bubble, head dull. Even if you agree with what's being said, nod once and then try to remain still. As if we are in the car, like doing like this. Next one is fidgeting. This is also called the nervous energy. So we transfer the energy to the thing and it disrupts really communication. Like for example, you are a serious one trying to engage someone else to a conversation, then he continues to do like that. So that's a no-no. Okay, hence behind the back, this communicates unapproachability and close-mindedness. Mismatched expression, this is not going to translate your words well when you are expressing passion with face in a deadpan, or what we call a poker face. Okay, you are displaying something which they don't even know if you are happy, sad, or whatever. That's a mismatched expression. The shifty eyes. So they may suggest that you are lying or you are uncertain, and we don't want that to happen, right? That whenever we say things, it should be true, honest, and factual. Is staring. Too much of this can be interpreted as aggressive or worse, or even creepy, right? Like for example, you're in a crowded place and someone stares at you. So would you be willing to just look back to him or to her? No. It seems like creepy. Chopping and pointing. Chopping and pointing, this can mean you are cutting or chopping connections. Like you're pointing even though there is no reason, right? Because when you're pointing someone else, the 3 fingers go to you, and the only one goes to the other party. So it means that the blame will always go to you. Breaking eye contact. Okay, this expresses discomfort. Like you are not really interested about the topic or that someone is saying to you. The last one is bad posture. Leaning back can be translated as laziness, and leaning forward may express aggressiveness. When you're leaning back, okay, it's laziness, but when you lean forward, it may express aggressiveness. Okay, let's take a look now to your past experiences can get the better of you. We are a reflection of our past, and this we bring to our workplace. Imagine that you are on a brainstorming on a project that's about to launch, and a coworker suddenly blurts out a negative comment about some of your suggestions. Of course, what will be your reaction to that? Of course, you will blurt out as well. So, in 2 to 4 years, so just imagine 2 to 4 years, of course, you're already starting to look for a job after your graduation or passing the licensure examinations. especially you as an education, the LET or the licensure examination for teachers. That's why Lauren at bubble.jobs, so it helps you to in how to make the most of your past experiences. So let's deal with them one at a time. So the first one is
keep it relevant.
okay, keep it relevant. So it says here, so of course when you're applying, then the setup will be face to face. So don't talk about being alone doing job. Importantly, you are to stress collaborative work that you can work with one another within the company or within the institution that you are applying for. Okay? And one more thing is that you may even go as far as underscoring that you are an active officer or member of youth organizations, where you learned firsthand how to lead people your age.
Mix it up a little bit.
Okay, for the next one is mix it up a little bit. So you are to stress here the skills that you know, like creating presentations. You have learned how to believe in yourself in the process of growing. That's the best important, because in order for you to assure them to believe in you, you first believe in yourself. Okay? That and trust your instinct for new and original ideas. Especially the third one is downplay negatives and play up positives. Of course, later on you'll be asked of your experiences, and maybe what you can just show or tell them is your short work experience. But don't worry about that. What you're just going to say is you did not fully maximize your strength because of the time frame, and that assure them, if given a chance, that you'll be doing your best and not easily daunted by setbacks. Thing is, align your answer to the company's spirit. So what does it mean by that? So be in the know about the company's organizational culture. So of course, prepare yourself and review the company's goals, objectives, philosophy, vision, mission, so that you know how to align your answer from their queries. And note, your target is to be an asset, ASSET, to the company you are applying for. Okay? So sometimes we categorize also people. So we forget to consider that when we categorize people, we eliminate their individuality. So please prevent yourself from gravitating towards the following examples of modes of thinking which can limit your connection with people. And we should be collaborating with them, especially in a company. So these are the things that you're going to prevent. Number one is the thinking that women in the workplace are slow workers. So that's a no-no. Number two, that young people do not know the value of hard work. So of course, it is us as the oldies, as the older ones, who will teach them. Number three, that senior citizens in the workplace are nuisance. Number four, that working mothers are high maintenance. Number five, that blacks or whites are extremely opposites. Six, that gays in the workplace are the sole source of gossip. Number seven, that Christians and Muslims can never be teammates. So that's a no-no. And the eighth negative thinking is that disabled people cannot contribute to a company. So these are wrong way of kind of thinking. Next is being in different environment can it stretch us far back or too forward. So of course, your relationship with your parents is not different from you when you are dealing also with your teachers, your peers, especially your superiors. Okay, because there should be what they call respect to our superiors. So skill of knowing who we talk to. So we should develop that skill of knowing who we talk to. And it takes practice to perfect the craft of putting the best version of yourself in all types of environment. I'll repeat, it takes practice to perfect the craft of putting the best version of yourself in all types of environment. One of the goals of attending this purposive communication is that we should be using the verbal and non-verbal, because verbal and non-verbal, they affect how you want people to regard you, especially in the context of employment or future employment in your case. So these are the things that you're going to manage. Number one is the skill of tempering your action. Okay, you should know how to control yourself. The second one is master the skill of using the right words to reinforce your message. Of course, everything will be all right when you are in tune or be with one another. So this shall take time, and purposive communication as a course will be your partner in finding a way to maximize the use of both your verbal and non-verbal communication skills whenever necessary. Okay, so this will be a kind of orientation and an introductory chapter of our book and our subject, purposive communication. And hope that we have learned something or many things for this kind of mode of learning. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you are in a good condition. God bless everyone.
Underestimate me when I'm quiet. I know more than I say, think more than I speak, and observe more than you know.